Hi. So I've talked a little bit about the VBML language previously on this channel, but today I'd like to show it to you in action. So for this, I've set up a virtual box here. That's the latest Ubuntu version, and we're going to create a new VBML file, like so, because that's how you create file on Linux. I'm going to call it track.vbml. That's the standard VBML extension. Obviously, if you're on Windows, you would do that simpler, with a simpler approach. Okay, so let's open the stock Ubuntu text editor. That's just the stock that comes with it. The only thing I changed here is switched from tab indentation to space indentation, because at the moment the VBML, based on BML format, only support spaces. So that's what we should go for. Next, I'm going to tell the parser that it's a VBML file, could be useful, and the API revision we're using, which is this one. I want to specify a type. That's mandatory. And this one is pretty obvious. Next up, a title. Let's call it Space Opera. It's going to be more visual if we add a cover. So for this, I could add any picture from the internet. I'll pick one here. I've picked one here before. Let me add it. Here we go. Next up, specify a media, naturally. There's one here. I've actually prefetched a bunch of sources before recording this. Okay, so now we have a media. We could make this a little bit more comprehensive by specifying an author. I'll put Vox, which is my video VBML network. And I will add a feed, just in case the user wants to know more. And it will redirect to the Vox hubs, which are a bunch of VBML track. Okay, and that's it. Within seconds, I've written a very simple VBML track, comprehensive one. And what's really cool about that is if you upload this on the internet, or if you share this, and if you share this, if anything goes to change, for instance, if the video goes down, you could re-upload it elsewhere on another backend that the semantic player supports. If you feel like changing the title, you could do so. If you feel like changing the feed or the cover, whatever you want, you have control over it. That's your track. And to open a track like that, we need a semantic player. So we could use Motionbox, the upcoming Motionbox, which will be pushed fairly soon. We'll be able to open these. It will be entirely GPL, so I think the community will love that. It's the most advanced semantic player yet. You know, it's too good to be sold, so it's going to be GPL. But for now, we'll use the MotionMonkey application, which works universally at the moment on a lot of platforms, and that will be simpler for the demonstration. So let's run it. Here's the monkey. Let's drag and drop our track.vbml in the monkey. Here we go. Just like that, we've opened a VBML track, Space Opera, the cover. If we click there, we can see the author is Vox, and let's play it. So you might recognize this video. It's a famous composer for a famous movie. And it seems to play just fine. But let's go a little bit further, shall we? We're going to specify the add property. So the add property is a way to tell the parser, you know, just slice this video and start playback at 2 minutes. And let's end it at 4:30, because why not? It's a long video, it might be interesting to make it shorter. And for this, we're going to reload, get there, and reload it. Okay. Let's play that again. So this time, the playback is going to start at 2:30. As you can see, that's not the beginning of the video. We've sliced it successfully. So that's not that's just a part of it, right? We could change that a little bit. For instance, let's put 4 and 630, and let's get back to the monkey. Very good. Let me play that. So let's clear the timestamp. Let's reload. And let's go. It's 2:30 because that's the same duration. Let's play it again. And boom. That's another peak of the video that we're playing there. So with a given source, you're able to construct your own media, your own track media with whatever feels relevant to you. But you know what? Let's go a little bit further than this. I'm going to show you multi-track. Okay, so multi-track is something I've been working for the last couple of weeks, and it's a very advanced feature for video playback on the internet. So what we're going to do here is essentially declare a source with track children, you know, a hierarchy of track, if you will, or an aggregation of tracks, right? And we're going to move this media here, property, and those timestamp underneath it, like so. That's it. Simple, right? Very simple. Just through indentation, YAML style approach, you specify a source that's embedded inside the track that's embedded inside of a source. If I play the track right now, that would have changed because I just added one source. But what we'll do there is add another one. So let's add another track. And the indentation is a bit weird on this editor. Never mind. Let's add another track. This one. So that's the second track we want to add. Bear with me and my typing. And let's specify, I don't know, a timestamp for this one, 3.0, and let's end it at 5:15. Okay. And just like that, we've specified a track that in fact contains two tracks sliced at the precise position that we want. So effectively doing textually what you would do inside of a video editor. So you could tell me, look, I could do that in a video editor. Why would I need that? Well, that's useful because you'd be able to edit this file anytime you want. There would be no censor because keep in mind, you could very much point to any video track you want. So there will be no copyright issue or whatever. You do whatever you want. You can slice and remix the way you want. So you get a very strong freedom from that. And I've just showed you the peak of the iceberg with that, but that will do for now. So we go back here and we reload that track. Now it's 4:45. Interesting. Let's play it again. Yeah, famous composer yet again. Let's skip ahead a little bit, shall we? Okay, so now without you noticing it, without the user noticing it, we've switched to another video from within the same track, and we've sliced another video inside of it. Okay, so you might have recognized another famous space opera here. So that's good. Let's go a little bit further here. Let's add another one. I have a third one here. For the sake of demonstration, we're going to go a little bit more comprehensive there. Let's just do it like this. We'll add timestamps again. Let's start at 2. Let's go to 4:45. That's good and all. Let's add another one, because why not? I think you get the vibe for it, the idea. Let's get here. You know what? I have a beautiful cover photo image that might end playback beautifully. Let's add it there. And let's set a duration for this one, because that's not a video, that's just an image. You know, 1 minute of this, please. And boom, that's it. Look at that. It's 29 lines of ASCII, of text here, to define a very comprehensive video with hours and hours of playback potentially. Okay, so we get back here. Space opera, whoop. It became a bunch long. It became a lot longer all of a sudden. Why is that? That's surprising. Okay, so we play it back again. Cool. I know this one. Let's skip ahead a little bit, and maybe we'll jump on another famous space opera. This time, a video game. Yeah, that's the video game in question. Some of you
12
might
maneuvering thrusters and 3 mains.
it
Sure sounds like it.
Time.
Sir.
Okay, works well. Let's get ahead. Let's seek ahead a little bit. So, just for your information, might be a little bit slow because here I'm testing on the virtual machine, but it should be more efficient on your side. Okay, so here what happens? Let me start this. What happens here is, okay, that's the static image, right? So that's the static image that I put at the end, and so with a VBML track, you're able to compose several media to cue them in, slice them the way you want, and even embed simple images. And by the way, those images could contain the equivalent of hyperlink for video, which I'll call video tags. Let me show you what's a video tag, because some of you might not know about that. So a video tag is essentially this. It's a smart QR code that enables the user to open and explore additional playlist and video track. Meaning that from a single picture, static picture at the end of your VBML track, you'll be able to convey hours, if not weeks, of video information just from that, okay? So let's take this a little bit further, shall we? I've created that track, but it's local. You know, if I get back to my history, the monkey history here, yeah, I mean, it's local, right? It's just a file on my hard drive. I want to put this online. So let's try and do so right here, right now. So for that, I'm opening Firefox. My virtual machine is struggling a little bit, bear with me. Let's go on GitHub, shall we? So, I've explained in the previous video how to create a very simple GitHub account and start a VBML repository. That's very simple. You could host VBML anywhere you want. If you already have your own website, you could host it online. You know, there's a lot of ways. You could even use a no-paste site, except it would expire eventually and you wouldn't be able to update it, so that's not as good. But here I have a test repository. Let's get there. Okay, so I already have a track. We'll try maybe to add another one. Let's call that track B, like that, and let's just add a file. You know, with the recent GitHub interface, it's fairly easy to add new things. Let's add the track, drag and drop it here. That's cool. Let's commit. We don't even need to specify a message. Let's get there simply. It's processing my file. So while it's processing, let me run monkey again. Yeah, my VirtualBox is struggling like hell. That's live. Bear with me. Let's go and open this one, track B VBML. So now we have the online entity, which is the equivalent. I could update this anytime I want. If a new space opera comes up, I can extend the video and put hours and hours of additional content, or resplit it. If something goes down, I can re-upload it elsewhere on Dailymotion, Odyssey, what have you. PeerTube. Let's get raw here. We need the raw file, the raw VBML file. That's cool. Let's open it on the monkey, because why not? And here we go. that this time it's your own track, but it's online based, meaning that anyone will be able to see it. But now you might ask, how am I supposed to share this with my friends, including those who haven't installed a semantic player just yet? Well, that's fairly simple. You have something called video tag sharing. So they would be able to just scan this on their smartphone and then being guided through the install process. But this time we're going to do this. Copy the VBML link and just share that with one of your friends. And once he opens that on his favorite web browser, he will see that. Look at that. That's beautiful. Okay, so everything is self-contained in the URL. It's a base64 compressed URL that contains the VBML that's being extracted via JavaScript on this page. So it shows the cover, it shows the title, it tells you, look, it's a VBML link, you need a semantic player, go install it, and it even gives you a video tag so you can scan it. And if you already have a semantic player on Windows, macOS, or any smartphone, Android, iOS, whatever, when you click on that, it will just open Monkey or open your associated semantic player. On Linux, unfortunately, it doesn't work at the moment, but when you click there, it will be able to just open the link in your favorite application. And so that's very straightforward, and it bridges the gap between the web and the VBML world, if you will. And so I believe that's a very promising thing, and you can generate this with just a simple click. As you can see, I've generated from just a simple click. And you'll be able to do that with tracks, with playlists, with a lot of things. So that's really cool. Let's get back here. So yeah, this is how you create from the ground up an entire new and unique media from text. We spent a few minutes doing so. Imagine all the things that you could do. Imagine all the things that you could create. Let me close that. I mean, there are many possibilities. So hopefully you find this interesting. Hopefully you can, you feel like trying it for yourself. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video tutorial. Thank you for your attention.